Welcome everybody to VIP Motorsports. This is our second episode in the new studio. I've got to my left Greg and to my right Joe.
Yo,
today,
welcome everyone.
Today we have some special guests joining us.
Absolutely.
And I honestly don't believe they need any introduction. I'll let them introduce themselves.
100%.
Hey boys, how are we?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, running around. I'll do it for him. Boys.
Running around?
Didn't stop, bro, today.
It does not stop.
What was today?
So these boys are from the Den. They are here because we share a very, very interesting hobby. As you guys know, the motorsports and automotive industry. These guys are very big in the car scene when it comes to car shows and car meets and car management of people who are not the coolest sometimes, but they're very good at that. And obviously today we'll be talking about our experiences together of how we've come into being in this hobby and how we've become, I guess, acquainted with, ending up in these car meets. So
Absolutely.
We'll start with Andrew. I wanted to ask, bro, why are we here today? What was the reason you love the cars so much?
Honestly, man, for me, my family history with cars is pretty big. My grandfather being in the Egyptian military and everything, he always brought home random, wacky, anything with an engine, man.
Yeah.
And on his spare time, other than riding a lot of bikes, there was a lot of caddies, big, massive bodied caddies. Wow. And I just always liked the shape of them, always wanted to learn on them. Saw my dad pick it up. He drove a lot of Mercedes, a lot of Fiats, Alphas, stuff like that, a lot of hot hatches. Mm-hmm. That's when the itch got to me, and I started getting into Civics and all the like little triple S's and all the other little hot hatches, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I liked it, got into it, got behind the wheel. I was like, I want more. Yeah. Build it, do better, enjoy it. Kept going from there, and we've progressed to here now.
That's it. I think after multiple discussions with Andrew, the itch has now come onto my body, and I have multiple itches on my body for the hot hatches.
Yeah, I'll be concerned about that.
Get that checked out.
That's a doctor discussion for sometime very soon. But no, honestly, I don't blame you with the hot hatches. I think there's a topic to be had, and we'll come back to that in a minute.
100%, man.
But what were you saying, Joey?
I was saying, bro, you're right? With the history of your father being with all those vehicles and how it adapted into your life, and it's not just a respect to your father. It's like it becomes a part of you, and you become a part of your dad.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
You've got his legacy behind you, and in front of you, right? So in saying this, I'm the same as you. I wasn't a Beamer boy. I loved my Nissans and I liked my Toyotas, Jap boy through my heart. But because my old man had that many Beamers and Mercs and all these unique European cars, I ended up being in the heart of it. So all the people that you find, all the parts guys, all the connections.
All the mechanics that takes you to... You want to be like your hero at the end of the day. And who else is going to be a hero other than...
Your father.
Exactly.
And if it's not, I'm sorry for you guys out there. Yeah. You're probably not a car guy. But no, you know what, Joey? You sort of started off with, like, Dad really forced you into the Beamer. I was like, no, Nissan, BMW.
One time I brought a Jap home. Oh, mate, forget about it. Red alert. Literally, like I had to go the next day.
I think before we start trailing off into our stories further on, we do have two additional guests.
Not wrong. Never. So, boys. You guys, what are we talking about? How did you guys end up?
Well, before you go into the stories, how about you tell them what their name are? Like, we want the audience to know who they are.
Introduce yourself, boys. I feel bad.
Introduce yourself. Give us a bit of a backstory.
Greg's giving me the heads up. So tell us a bit about yourselves.
For me, it's just basic, bro. Oh, first of all, name is George.
There we go.
Hi, boys. How you doing?
Yeah, the boys.
For me, it wasn't much for family influence getting into cars. Like, yeah, my grandfathers and my uncles were mechanics, but I wasn't really around them when it was happening. It was one of those things where it just started, like, creeping up on me. But randomly, I'll just go on Google Images, search up cool cars on Google Images, and then I'll just keep scrolling through and seeing what there is. And then, just started Googling more stuff, started watching YouTube videos on cars, car shows, or like little series here and there. One of them that I really fell in love with was, I don't know if you boys know Roadkill.
Yeah.
From back in the day. That was one of my favorite shows. It was just fun. Seeing what crazy stuff you can do to cars. Yeah, it was just all that crazy stuff. Yeah. That's what got me in it.
It's different. And how about you?
Ladies and gentlemen. All right. Basic name. My name is Ben. If you want my African name, it's Bemnet. But I go into the car community. Not really much family relations. Or this is before car meets. It just started off with a simple Hot Wheels. Little Rory the racing car. All these little shows about cars. They were nice. They were cool. I said, ooh. Goes fast.
Shiny, fast.
Cars, vroom.
Yeah.
And you can just peg it at the walls, those Hot Wheels. They won't break.
And I go back to reality, and it's just like, Toyota, why you not go vroom vroom?
Yeah.
Where's the noise?
It's like, where's the noise? And just like go around time and time again. It's just like, it's real somewhere. Do a little as a kid, and then you just have the actual like car meets and all this stuff. And it's just like, ooh.
There's some nice things to be thought about.
Like a little spark pops in your eye. It's like, okay, now what?
What do I do?
It's like when you watch your first Disney movie and you're like, oh, is there another? Oh, is there another?
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you got a stack of VHSs.
Oh, man.
And your mom's yelling at you because you need to clean them up and put them back. And
Yeah.
That rewind
starts,
times.
man.
Yeah.
It's a different thing. And I said a moment ago that, like, unless your parents bring you into the car industry, you're not going to be a car guy. But I take that back. The reason I take that back is because kids also end up in another way. And the Hot Wheels made me really, like, remember this. A kid will either end up, or I won't narrow it down to three, but in the category of the automotive world, or like momentum world where they're driving things, you either end up playing with toy cars, toy trains, trucks, or planes, right?
Yep.
And all of those require a special type of, like, your brain's not the same as what's like the other kids are going on. Like the other kids, they're focusing on like Teletubbies, they're having their time. You're looking at toys and your brain is like, it's hitting sparks. So with the Hot Wheels stuff, I get that a lot too. I've seen it happen with him, but with me, it was like, even with me, it wasn't ever because I played around with the toys. I actually got put into a narrow spot. For me, it was my dad and my brother got along so well over cars. And my mom's like, you know, you're a computer guy. You're going to work in finance. You're going to work in IT, whatever. I was like, I got FOMO. I was like, I gotta like focus on this. I got to start talking to people about this. I got to start learning. And then he was like, learn one thing, learn the other thing. And I started hitting them with shit that they didn't know. And
Oh, man, you fried us sometimes.
that, like, yeah.
He's coming in with that background of IT and obviously tuning and this and
That's
that.
it.
Yeah.
Anything electrical on a car is just as hard as anything mechanical that you have to do on a
Yeah,
car.
absolutely.
That's
Because the IQ it takes, or like the knowledge it takes to run a tune or to make a tune from scratch or to even implement one, you still got to know a thing or two about IT first.
You do.
And
IT
you got to be
first,
able
car
to read
second.
like code and everything like that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and I think that's what it did it for me. Like, I started coming to them with all that stuff. It didn't make our relationship any better, I'll be honest with you. It actually pissed them off a lot. But we made it, and now we can actually share that interest. We can actually share that interest. But honestly, boys, like, okay, you've said your piece, you said the cars that you like. Over time, you've dealt with a couple cars. What are some of the cars you've owned? Like, Andrew, you've mentioned some of your cars to me previously, and we've spoken about this.
Like I tried out my dad's P180 and Fiat 186s.
Yeah.
The 4-speed manuals, hot hatches, they're fun. I've personally, my first car was an EM1. I didn't know what it was until I kind of got into it more, and my dad like looked out for me and walked me through it. I've owned a bunch of Civics, Crowns, Subarus. Never owned a Mazda.
Oh, yeah.
Never owned a Mazda. I want to get a Rotor someday, one day. But when I've got a bit more space, because I heard explosions go big.
They do.
I'm hearing that recently, and I'm not excited about it either. Because I'm like in the same situation. I want a rotor, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you've got those people that tell you, no, don't go. You're going to regret it, blah, blah, blah. They're like a ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
Still, I don't give a shit. I'm still getting one.
I'll be honest with you.
I don't care.
I'll be very honest with you. A motor, the concept of a motor is a ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
If you can ride a bike or a motorcycle, you can drive a rotor car, bro.
100%.
It's just all about maintenance. They have less moving parts, but they require a bit more maintenance.
Yeah.
If you know how to look out for a car, like you guys, you've got a shop, you've got hands-on experience with cars. Who better to buy a rotor than a guy who's actually
willing to work on it
and take care of it and take it apart and put it back together.
100%.
Absolutely.
And that's how I see it, because I'm the type of person that doesn't let one noise that comes out of any vehicle, it's automatically near getting
I don't care if it's
diagnosed.
rubber scrubbing or
Yeah.
I'm taking the whole motor apart. It's an
Literally,
excuse.
it could be a nut that dropped onto the side of the road and he wasn't even from the car, man. It's literally going to get diagnosed.
and it's not that deep. Like just fix the car.
Exactly.
A lot of people think, and this is where the Mazda gets its bad rap. You can't throw money at it.
Yeah.
Like you can have money, but like throwing money at it's not going to fix it because Mazdas require passion.
Yeah.
And you can't pay for passion.
Yeah.
So you're ending up in a situation where you've got this ticking time bomb that is loved by no one because you don't know how to take care of it.
Yeah.
And then it ends up killing itself because it doesn't want to exist. So, you got to blur that out. But no, it's like, look, bro. Honestly, he's gonna buy a RX-7 soon, hopefully. When we do,
Inshallah.
it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm only gonna drive it once every like occasion because I know if I own it, it's not lasting on the road. If he owns
It's
it,
gonna be another one on the table.
well, there you go.
Yeah.
There's a reason
Got your back up.
there's a reason it's sitting in front of me and not Joe. So, honestly, like the maintenance on them isn't bad.
Forbidden Dorito.
The way I like to see it is like, look, we've got, like we're Beamer guys, right?
Yeah.
Are we?
No.
No, I don't think so.
You sure?
Euro.
No, man. We might be Euro.
Yeah, bro, I want to go far. Next VIP Motorsports episode, I saw the EK and I buy go far.
Don't do that. Come on, man.
I just killed the room. I killed the room.
That's it. I'm just going to end the podcast here. Forget about it.
5 flash
Nice talking to you guys.
Thank you for checking it out. In the next episode, it'll only be Joe and I.
Nah, bro, it'll be worth it. It's got R8 injectors. It's going to be worth it. Nah.
I'm going to have our injectors.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Like, no, that's not happening. I actually nearly gagged. But there's gonna be someone watching this is gonna start punching them on it. I'm telling you. But the actual, I actually forgot what I was about to say. What was I talking about?
Something about Golf R, R8
Yeah, you
injectors, BMW R, I don't know.
I don't know.
Man,
You lost me at golf.
At the end of it, like golfs are nice to own if you're not a fuckwit.
That's right.
You can own any car and be a fuckwit.
It was Greg saying that we're gonna be that we're Euro lovers. I don't think we're Euro lovers. I actually want to bracket that. I don't think we're Euro lovers.
You're car lovers.
We're car
Yeah,
lovers.
100% passionate and everything and anything.
Because okay,
Maybe.
let me benchmark.
Go on.
Let me benchmark this. Joe and Greg, would you buy an Audi? Don't say yes to one car because I know you're thinking of one car, Joe.
Or off
It
the
ticked
bat.
in my
It's
head.
only R8 and up. That's it.
That's it.
Nah,
Okay.
you're missing out.
On what?
RS6
Unreliability.
Advance. No,
European
A90s, A110s, like the 70s Audi 100.
70s just
Look,
said.
70s.
Okay.
Outside of the R8, I'll own that.
You know what I mean?
What's
It's
the...
like, get a Fox Quattro. Yeah, mad.
Yeah,
Fuck
no,
yeah,
but
any day.
there's a build that I really want to do. It's fairly cheap. It's just depending on can you find the stuff. I want to get an Audi 100 and I want to put an S3 motor in it.
Oh, yeah, that'd be mad.
Very light conversion, very calm conversion. It's a good car. Chassis is practically almost the same, right? Even though they're like 40, 30 years apart or something. Good car. Nobody's ever done it. Why not?
That's not a bad idea.
Different.
Yeah, at all. No, look. As I said, I just said Audi, and they only thought of R8. I say Merc, they're gonna say no. There's like a handful of Mercs that might.
There is.
W4s, W4s, you know?
You know,
Mercedes,
But either way,
McLaren.
long story short, these guys will front over a BMW, and then if I start talking about Nissans and Mazdas, they'll talk about that end of the day.
George
So-
got me into BMWs.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I forced him. I wasn't gentle.
This one's a big
I forced him.
I'm glad you did.
There's two brands that I despised. I hated Holdens and I hated Beamers.
And what car did I drive here today? Me Holden.
Like I'll let him say it, but he put me in a new world of cars where I didn't know how to enjoy it. And now I want an E36 and I want an E46 and I want these cars and I want to muck around with them. Because I've never seen that side of the world.
Yeah, it's very different.
Muck around, Vincenz.
Very different. Like, I don't know, something about like building a Beamer is a bit different. But you get, and I think I've said this to you guys before, you get very bored.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
you did, not us.
I'm not bored. I just need I need to take a side step. You know, you got to take a side step. Got to try something different and then come back to it. Because how do you know you've got the best tasting pie if you haven't tasted all the pies? You know what I mean? Like, I can't go and say, oh, these cars are shit and I've never driven one, never owned one, never built one.
Yeah.
Right? So you start trialing different things. You start doing different things. So that's why the EK came around. It's like, okay, what's the opposite of a rear-wheel drive BMW? Front-wheel drive Japanese car. And honestly, I don't regret the decision.
You sure it wasn't me just hovering on your head just every day?
It was. Guys, if you're watching this, save me. No.
Mind you, a few podcast episodes ago, this one over here was saying that he was going to buy an Aston Martin, and he goes and buys a freaking
He got the Aston Martin of Japan. What do you want? That's the best thing
The
ever.
bottom end of Japan.
Boys, what's more respectable in the car community at the moment? Do you
Aston
think-
Martin.
I want an Aston Martin V8 Vantage, right?
Sorry, bro.
Or not build. If I buy a stock one, because I won't build it, I don't have that kind of funds. If I bought one and took it to a car meet stock, do you think I'd get a good attention and have a good conversation with someone?
Yeah, from the cops.
That's it. Because I think I'm a drug dealer.
From the cops, or you're going to get backhanded comments.
That's it. I'm going to get back at the comments.
Unless you're driving in bulk booze, no one's going to care.
No one's going to care.
Yeah.
But if I rock up in an EK Civic with a Type R body kit,
You're still gonna get
case
pulled over.
swap,
No one's still going to care, but you're going to look cooler.
But I'm going to look cooler, and people are going to think I'm broke, and they'll have a conversation with me. So
Exactly.
it'll be okay. I'll be comfortable.
Is
and
this
I'll have,
all just for you to have a conversation with someone?
absolutely, I'm lonely. There's nothing wrong with that, bro.
It's all right,
There
it's
is
all right, I got
nothing
you.
wrong with that, bro.
Need a hug later
I
on.
do. Maybe a little big spoon back in the corner there.
Are you okay there, guys?
How about Jordan?
I,
2025, you can ask us then.
no.
Clicks 100 times.
His BMW genuinely, although it wasn't the most taste appealing car that I've seen, it changed my mind. Like, you can touch
I
on
was a P plater, bro. That thing was more clapped out than anything you could ever imagine.
And you can't fix that. You just
You know what's funny? It was so reliable, and I hate the fact that it was so reliable. But my first ever car, you're gonna laugh. The car that I hate the most, ask anyone in the room, I hate Golfs.
Yes.
I despise Golfs. But my first ever car was a Mark IV Golf.
I see why.
Turbo diesel.
I see why.
No, it was manual and it needed a clutch.
Was it a TDI?
No, it was something. There was no badge on the back. It was just
It had
like
two
Golf.
pistons left and it was spraying.
Did you fill it with diesel or did you fill it with petrol?
Well, it needed a clutch. I didn't drive it yet.
Oh,
This is before I knew anything about cars. I'm looking, I'm like, needs a clutch. Clutch doesn't seem that hard to do. Go on YouTube, how to replace a clutch. Oh, these videos are 20 minutes. Shouldn't be that hard. Yeah, I found that out the hard way. I called the scrapyard back and I told them take the car back. No, I couldn't deal with it. My first Beamer was an E46.
Nice.
323i.
Good choice.
Oh,
Good
man,
choice.
I actually don't like them, like E46s. I literally last car,
They're nice.
Out of all the
He's
vehicles, I don't know,
anti-E46.
there's something in me. Yeah. They feel like a boat. Because I was brought up with an E36. I find the E46 is the same car, but just fatter.
It's more round, big boned. It's
Like a
not
nice
fatter.
100.
Okay, it's more chunky on the sides.
The reason Joe doesn't like E46s because
Did one right
New
yours?
subframe.
no subframe. I'm going to say this, and your eyes are going to pop.
So hold on back.
He had the opportunity when he had an E36, he got TL'd. He got total lost. He had the opportunity to get an E46 M3 or another car. Oh, he didn't want another car. He wanted the
One
E46
for one, two
M3.
boys. Yeah,
Yeah, he's starting to talk about it, bro. I know.
On top because the payout was equal.
Yeah.
And
It
at
just-
the time they were just dropping at a certain rate.
Yeah.
It was literally whatever I got from the insurance part of it. buy it.
E46
Yeah,
M3.
yeah.
So the problem was my old man had just lost his car. So they both had they were out of a car. And my dad was like, I want something that's a bit more luxurious and comfortable.
And convertible.
And convertible. And it had to be a hard top. It had to be a hard top. So my old man goes, look, don't worry about the E46 M3. Let's just get a 325i E93 convertible. Automatic, champagne gold, chrome everything. The thing was specced out to get a hairdresser in the driver's seat, and my brother got stuck with it. And oh my
That
god!
car
The
went,
most
was it?
comfortable Woolies runs.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
See my bald head.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, okay, with the
Who's sending it over the
E93s,
speed hump?
Oh, bro, that thing was off-roading more than it was on-roading.
I wish the roof was open at that time. My head would still be like, you know, have a bulge on it.
That's insane.
he was spewing. Ever since then, Joe has had a vendetta against E46s, and it's only because he wasn't able to get one at the time. And I don't blame him, because I would have started to build a hate and resentment.
If I told you what spec it was, just so you guys understand what I'm burning about.
If you say GTR, I'm smacking you across the table. Okay.
Not a combat manual. Yeah, hit at the front just enough that it needs a repair, whatever. 19K. Gold, black interior with a manual stick, factory. 19K, pick up and go. And still registered, and it was an accident that wasn't even insured base. He didn't have
You could have
insurance.
done whatever you wanted to do. You could have changed the front bar if you wanted to, and you're good.
It was literally a front bar and literally a skirting.
No, that's it. Skirting isn't even. Like, that's like
Literally-
half of them don't come with skirting.
8 hours of
exactly.
repair, and I would have been on the road again.
Good to go.
And he just ended up in a bad position at a bad time.
2 kilograms of bog later.
The car's like tilting on one side, middle one.
Make a whole piece.
Carbon fiber at the end of it.
You supply into the bog.
Makes everything stronger. You're good to go. And then you test it
It's
again.
just reinforcements at that point. It's just stronger.
If you guys are putting carbon fiber in bog, I'm gonna have to create an insurance claim for this conversation. I'm gonna like really get defensive, bro. Nice.
You'll be surprised the shit we've seen, bro.
Oh man.
You do.
I've had like LS400s come to me with skid plates that are dragging behind the car.
Oh.
Yeah, like it's or like you get like bog with like rocks inside. Like
I've seen that.
It's like those old videos that used to resurface of the dudes rebuilding shit with macaroni and fucking glue. What's going on with that, bro? Like, if you're gonna do a job, and this is to a lot of shops out there, if you're gonna do a job, do it right. If it's a home job, learn how to do it right.
Yeah.
100%.
If you can't afford it, take your time.
Absolutely.
Because you're not going to be pack performance until you take your time and
you
actually
build a reputation. You build a name.
Exactly. That's
You
what there's a
learn the
reason.
trade fundamentals.
There's a reason people want to go to Georgian Packs. Like there's a reason people want to go there and get their cars built.
Yeah.
And there's a reason there's a fucking 2-3 year wait on stuff. Right? It takes them a year to finalize a car. There's a train. It's like the Bugatti factory.
Yeah.
You don't get your Bugatti tomorrow. You got to spec it. You got to color it. They got to make it. They got to test it. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
You got to build a reputation. So a lot of shop owners, if you're listening, build a reputation for yourself. And don't make it harder on the guys that are going to be buying these cars off Facebook later, thinking, I got a great deal. And they find a potato wedged into the car's bonnet halfway later. And we'll get into that because he had a cheese grater in his bonnet, which was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Sewer pipe, not a cheese grater.
Same shit, bro. It would have done a cheese grating better.
What is his story, bro?
When I bought my Supra, I realised I had a little hood scoop on the top. Thinking, okay, let's see what it is. I got it, I take a look. Turns out it was a metal pipe that the guy cut a hole in the bonnet that sits just on top of the exhaust manifold. And he just bogged it on. Yeah, he just bogged on this pipe.
Nice.
The fact that it held
Wasn't
up.
that the 2-part party?
Yep.
The fucking the Bunnings special.
That guy comes in.
Oh, what is it called?
You get a popsicle stick and you.
No, there's another JB World.
JB, yeah.
That's the one, boys.
Bro,
Can't get that out of the.
Part A and Part B.
Oh, yeah, A, part B. And C is the one in the middle.
C's whatever you make.
That's not.
Oh, that's so bad.
Mechanics of them.
No.
So, yeah, boys, what else cars? What else? Story about yourselves. Gotta tell us. Come on, boys.
Oh, shit, which one do you want?
We divert too much.
I'm not complaining. We're getting some stories out of some stories.
Since we're on the Supra,
Yeah.
we give them the special. You know, especially after you bought the car before I could have.
So it's a different super.
That story.
It's the same
I've
Supra.
heard this story. I love this story.
It's the same
This
Supra.
story. I love this story.
Remember when we were talking about sniping the market?
Yeah.
Poor bastard in front of me was the victim.
Yeah. I was supposed to get it off it. Like, I went to go set it up, and it's like, all right, 9K.
Ready for going.
You know, I can get a hood, I can get this, I can get that. Let's go. this motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, gee, I like that. I like that.
And at the time, like, because we all like the majority of the group, we've all grown up together since we're 6 years old, so we've been together for a long time. It came a period of a year or two where we obviously weren't. Everybody's like going to different schools. Everybody's kind of growing up.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing their own thing. That's when this motherfucker decided I'm going to snipe the same car that I'm trying to snipe. And yeah.
My problem is when it comes to Facebook Marketplace, Gumtree, whatever. And it happened when I bought my motor for the Supra, the new motor. I was messaging someone, but hey, bro, I want to come pick up the motor. He's like, oh, I got someone coming today. I said, do you? What time? It's like 6 o'clock. I said, all right, I'll be there 6:30 and I'll pick up the motor. He's like, oh, but this guy's he's adamant for it. I was like, okay, send me your bank details. He's like, why? I said, just send it to me. Like, okay, he sent me his details. I sent him $100. He's like, why'd you send me money? So that's a deposit. I'll see you in 2 hours.
Yeah.
I don't care. If you're on the way, if I can take it, I'm taking it. That's my problem. That's it.
I would have stole the money. $100 to someone, I would have stole that money.
No, I got his address first, but I said, look, here's a deposit. I'll see you in 2 hours. That's it. I'm taking the motor. Tell the guy, turn around, go home. I'm taking that.
And how did that end up for the car?
Oh, it went really well. I now have an engine in front of it, not in it.
Just one step closer.
I'm almost there. I'm just getting back together, though.
You're just waiting for the Bluetooth engine technology, bro, and I'm waiting for it too. You know, it's not.
No.
Wait for
On that topic.
I can't wait.
Very
I want to
soon.
see that beast.
You reckon?
Very
We're
soon.
getting there. We're getting there.
Bluetooth engine technology.
No, not that.
Waiting for
No,
Raj
fuck that.
from FedEx
The
to
car
deliver
getting back on the road.
I was about to say.
No.
Shit. Nah, okay, so what's the plan with the car?
Well, I don't know. I got mixed plans on it.
Tiptoe around because you don't want to give too much out.
Well, the first plan I was going to do, I wanted to make it crazy. There's a Mark III Supra in America. It's known as the Great White Supra, like the Great White Shark. 1,600 horsepower to the wheels, street registered.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't know that there's cars in Sydney or Australia like this. So I said, fuck it, I want to do it too. So I got a Garrett 42 Turbo.
Nice.
And I said, you know what? I'll get this thing ready. I got a gearbox imported from America, like automatic gearbox. I'm like, fuck it. I want to make this thing 1,500 horsepower to the wheels, street registered. I'm telling my mates and they said, oh, don't you know about this guy here in Sydney? And then I get sent a video of him doing a rolling burnout. You know, Eastern Creek, the straight, the entire thing is doing it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so I got rid of that turbo and I'm going back to a normal street build with 500 horsepower. I'll back that out of that.
Yeah, no, you want to, I mean, depends. Like, if you're trying to cruise with it, trying to enjoy it, you don't want a crazy amount of power.
Yeah.
I think, like, we get, and in Australia it happens a lot, we get caught up in the big power builds. Like, bro, there's like 100 people at roll racing every freaking Tuesday now. You don't need to add one more to the list.
Exactly.
Like, just build something that you enjoy driving.
It's like Benji's dad. He had the Mark II. Oh yeah, so he's got a Mark III. Your dad had a Mark II.
Red Mark II. Found one photo of it, and this was like one of, say, 100 photos. I looked at it. I'm confused. I said, "What is this? Oh, that's my car." Keep in mind, this man has owned normal Toyota Camrys, Corollas, and now just has a Honda City. And it's just so. What phase? So was this like your "I'm a cool guy" phase?
I did it. Turn around.
What was his answer? Did he ever tell you? I'm pretty it would have.
It was one of those smiles and then runs away.
Yeah.
You see it in a funny video, but to see like your father doing it is.
Dad, where's the car? I don't know.
He runs away. I have to this day question mark.
That's
It's a conspiracy theory. I said I don't believe this.
Either it's like he was having a phase where he was just enjoying life, or he got a really good discount. He got a really good, because I know it was my dad, he ended up with the E36 because it was good on fuel. And that was like the wackest thing I've heard. He's like, it was a coupe E36 318 IS, it was great on fuel and I could drive it to work and it was nice. That was it. And he got it for cheap because he got it from his mate that owned the record. He only got it predominantly because it was cheap on fuel and the car was cheap. And conveniently, it was a vintage BMW. So it's like, okay, we're here trying to buy these cars and we're spewing that we've got to pay 30 grand for them.
Yeah.
Back then, they're going
They
like,
traded fucking potatoes for them.
they're like, oh shit, thanks for the lemon. I'm going to drive that to work now.
Bro, my EM1, I got it for 2.3.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's not bad.
They're like 17.
Okay, educate me a bit, and I'm gonna sound like a.
There's
dog.
two that look the exact same.
What's it? What's an EM1?
It's the two-door coupe.
2-door coupe. What? What make and model?
Civic.
Civic.
Yeah.
2-door coupe. Oh
So it's
yeah.
an EK EM1.
Yeah. Okay, sweet.
So it looks like an EK, but it's a two-door. And
Yeah,
it's got
the
a
coupe.
facelift.
The one that's in Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, no,
That's
that's
the
a
EG.
94. That's a EG.
That's EG.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
But I'm on the right page, I think. I'm there.
EM1 and an EJ8 look the exact same. The rear taillights are a bit different.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And some of them obviously like my EM1 at least I came with cherry reds. So all the ambient lights in the rear are cherry red, and just clear sides. The EJ8 came with like the burnt sienna, cherry red, and the clear sides all together.
Yeah.
Some of them obviously like I think they ran from 97 forward. I don't think they were 96 from memory at least. But yeah, the EM1 is the more coveted one because that's the one that came with a little bit better specs. There's no difference essentially, but that was like the one that everybody wanted. I didn't know what it was. So I got lucky with something like that. Whereas now it's just kind of, it's copying his Mark III. Yeah. They've become backyard buddies.
Oh, we've got a couple of those, man. Even us.
Yeah,
I would look at him and
bodies,
cry.
man.
Yeah.
Too many of them.
We're actually attempting to get some of our oldies back on the road, like your Z30. We've just
Got
pulled
that
out
out
of
of
the works.
You need any help?
cobwebs.
We're
Yeah,
gonna need a
100%.
lot of help, and
100%.
after the mental help, we're gonna need a lot of physical. So, it's the problem is that Joe got that car started back when he was a young apprentice. Not a young apprentice, but it was in his apprentice panel beater era.
It was literally when I literally
16.
got my O's. Like,
16?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So when
16.
you did
I
all
remember.
the dodgies.
No, I actually got a.
He did a decent.
Yeah?
Give me a
Yeah,
guide.
give him a guide and everything. So
Wow.
like he sat down
So,
and he
yeah.
did the right things. And
He's
it's
the
actually
only one
okay
in
now.
Australia who done it legit.
Yeah, like
Wow.
to the point. I'm this
Damn.
I'm this bad with that car. Yeah, anyone that goes near it, I get the shits. Anyone that touches it the wrong way, I get the shits.
So the
and it
car's
has to be
straight.
like measured in every angle. This car is like
The
my
car's
pinnacle
straight.
bad side of me. You don't ever want to be on the bad side of me, and that's the car.
Yeah.
Touch every car, just not as a.
Oh, 100%. A kid went and put something, one of the apprentices went and put something on the car, and
You would've
he nearly,
backhanded him, mate.
he nearly ran out the door. I was like,
Allegedly.
allegedly.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, joke there around, man, as much as it is.
So the big thing is with the E30, he was very specific about it. The reason he stopped working on it wasn't because he didn't have the know-how to do it. He was getting a lot of input because we came from a car guy family. He was getting a lot of input from people like my uncles and dad and all this stuff. And they were coming in and telling him to do things in their own way. And it really started to like
Cloud him.
It started to it clouded him. It's like that motivation that he had to build something ended up just
Fizzles.
fizzles. It's like I don't want to touch this anymore. Look, I'm getting too much noise. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it also like came to a point where like he was doing it and then they kept correcting him and kept correcting him.
No, you're
And
wrong,
then it
you're
just
wrong,
fucked
wrong.
it.
Yeah.
It legit
Man,
fucked the car.
it also comes back to why do you work on cars?
Yeah, you do it to learn.
No. But here's the thing. There's a deeper meaning behind something, a question like that, okay? For example, if I ask, like, George, why do you work on cars, right? You like it, you want to learn it, you want to get to know a bit more, maybe you want to be a little bit better in the community or a little bit bigger. But at the same time, it's like, as a man, men's mental health is really important. And not a lot of guys go in and kind of check up on themselves. A lot of us just under the rug.
Yeah.
You know that one Persian rug we all have in the corner of the house?
100%.
Under the rug.
Yeah.
Right? So working on a project like that and doing it your own way without getting your judgment clouded or any input helps you relieve your stress and get yourself clear without having to say too much.
There's no right, wrong way. Just get it done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you get to enjoy it. Put some music on, no one around you. No,
It's your own world. It's your own world. It's your own zen,
That's why when
basically.
people go in, whether it be dads or friends or whatever it may be, and they want to say, I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that. You're like, I just don't want it anymore.
No, and that's exactly what happened. I kept it for 8 years in the garage, as is. All I did was high fuel wherever I repaired.
So it doesn't rust.
Yeah, exactly. I left it. Now that the shop's here, I ended up bringing it. But being that you got to build a shop, guys, it's not easy. You got to
no
dedicate
way.
so much time and hours and everything, you know. So now I'm coming to the point where I can have that bit of comfortability and that leeway where I can invest a little bit into it.
Yeah.
Not going crazy. I'm not building a freaking SEMA build or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's my
He's got mirrors under the car.
Yeah,
and
we'll see
everything.
about that. No, but by the time we got to this stage of Joe having this
fucking fist
conversation,
fights.
not even that, it wasn't fist fight.
No, not in a bad way. I'm just playing around.
A good fist fight.
He had to understand that he was finally, and this is messed up, but he had to finally understand that he's in his own panel shop and he can actually do it now.
Yeah.
Like he had to sit there and I had to explain to him, bro, like you can do it. Bro, you can do it.
And
He didn't. The reason he did now is because I pulled out my E36, I started building my one in front of him, and I started building the EK in
but
front
you
of him.
see how that correlates to what we're saying? Now he's motivated because he sees his brother, like, do you know how nice that feeling is back where it's like,
That's it, it's like, I can do it now. It's safe.
With George, I give him a lot of shit for his Mark III being a fucking backyard ornament, right? But at the same time, what people don't know, he dishes it back with my EM1, and I've got a graveyard, bro.
Yeah.
Right? So everything is everywhere, right? He dishes it back to you. He's like, bro, like, okay, do something about it. And only until recently, where he started to build his car, have I started going, George, you should do this. George, you should do that. All right, let's work here. Let's do this. He's like, let's work on your cars. Get your stuff back out.
That's it.
So it's the motivation, especially with us. Like, we're a pretty big group, and not all of us have mechanical licenses, or not all of us are purely qualified, but all of us have one passion.
Exactly that.
And
passion.
that's
drive.
That's it. Just drive.
I'm pretty sure there's no law to be a qualified mechanic if you're a backyard mechanic anyway, so it's okay.
Bush
So-
mechanic.
Bush mechanic.
With his
You're
gold
gonna
head
pass
on the
some
radiator.
exam.
What is the difference between a backyard mechanic and a bush mechanic?
A
What-
bush mechanic can
A
weld with his
snap-on
eyes
tool and a
closed.
king
Yeah.
chrome tool.
Wait, I heard King Chrome tool.
No, I said the difference is a snap-on tool and a king chrome tool.
Yeah, 100%.
Shit.
And a battery and a welder.
Yeah.
Joe and I are backyard mechanics. We've
a
never
bush
bought.
mechanic.
We've actually never bought. No more snap-on. Joe and I would never will.
Oh my!
There are some snap-on tools that I'll say go out and buy now. It makes your life easy, and there are some that I say it's a waste of money. Don't even fucking bother.
So you're actually not gonna like this. Joe and I don't believe in power tools.
Yeah,
No, I'm into.
Yeah.
I'm
I'll
into
believe
like
it.
just wrenching.
Yeah. I know it sounds mental, but I'd rather do it by hand. Now, people are going to get mad again, but all you need, if you're going to go to spec, is obviously a torque wrench. Fine. You don't need to use Ugga machine on all panels.
Oh, electronic
Especially-
torque wrenches. Oh my God, they're the best. Until you see a mad bolt that needed to be in the engine.
And it's
now
not,
off the
it's
engine.
like, yeah, that's it.
See ya.
It's freestanding, it's a freestanding bolt.
I've seen that happen.
But Joe and I will never be on snap on. And look, I do get it. I do get it because I can see that your eyes burning a bit.
It's like the
You want to
Gucci
like-
of
you
the
want-
tool welder snap on.
It is, and like I don't
Blue
know.
point's better.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's the same brand.
One's Toyota, one's Lexus.
Don't get me wrong. I do get the knowledge behind Snap-on. They do have better tolerance.
No, they got some good shit.
They've got some good shit.
They invested time in
But
that.
do you need it?
Look, no, I'll counter you as someone who is on your side. It's from what I've seen using like his snap-on treasure chest. Genuinely, there is a difference. There's a difference in this. It's not so much. Oh, look at this! It's the brand or this or what. It's like the feel of the tool. The teeth aren't gonna break
They're not.
when I'm working on my shitty old rusted fucking 40-year-old whatever it is, right? The teeth they're gonna hold and they're gonna hold well until I build 13 of them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it's like I've never seen a tool that you have to maintain.
Yeah.
And the more you maintain your tool, the more you learn about it, the more you're able to kind of talk it to spec or use whatever you need to do well.
Yeah.
Well enough at least.
That's right. And look, that's why I'm sort of with Snap-on. But if you're like, and this is where I see a big issue with it.
Entry level.
If you're like our neighbors are like diesel mechanics. They're entry, like they've got like an apprentice, obviously they're higher on apprentices. What they do is the apprentices will come aboard and they'll drop like 5, 6, 7 grand on a Snap-on toolkit.
And they're just apprentices.
You're like 17. You don't need someone. You barely know how to use a
Yeah,
wrench.
but you're also 17. You never need a Gucci or Off-White or LV.
That's right.
People
Go to
just,
Kmart, bro.
people do it to. I wouldn't go to Kmart.
Anko shirt, Anko toaster.
No, I wanted to ask, and this is kind of to the boys as well, because I haven't gotten a chance to talk to you about this, especially Benji. How was it, as someone who was kind of new to the car community, getting your first car? You know, and how did it feel when you had your first mistake happen in the car? Here we go.
Which first mistake are we talking?
No, name them
Is that
all,
mistake
bro.
still happening?
Yeah, we drive Subarus, bro. Mistakes don't stop. They don't stop.
Think of the first ever mistake you made in that car, which is the fuel-related one.
Him and his lead foot.
Yeah,
Yeah, my rock foot,
your brick.
So to recap, I'm a heavy foot. I was a heavy foot driver.
Was?
Still is.
Was.
He's better now. He's
They
better.
don't need to know that.
No, you know why it was? You know why it was? Because if he still is or still has a lead foot, you guys would have gotten it earlier than the Holden boys.
They didn't need to know that. No, man, but yeah, no, like how was it your first experience buying a car?
Well, I bought bought the first car, Subaru, that you guys saw me pull up in. I bought it here in Camden Downs. Yeah, so Uber. The Uber from all the way back home to here was already just like, if this car has I told myself, I'm getting this car. By force and I'm somehow going to get discounted, it'll be all right. Get there, after the Uber driver I almost lost my life in the Uber.
It was a good Uber drive.
It was a traumatic experience.
1 star.
It's a good start to it.
I left 1 star. I left 1 star, which
But
was
we left at like 7 as well.
That one star wasn't gonna do anything for him, bro. That guy seen like probably what like I don't want to ask actually. That's probably
No, we can't. But 1 star, 1 star.
One
Yeah.
star.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 star.
Did he give you a bottle of water at least?
After.
After the session, he's like, yeah, you need this to recover.
It tasted like radiator.
It was hot.
It tasted like coolant. Yeah.
Damn.
It is what
Okay.
it is. Spicy water.
Yeah. So you got there. What happened?
Yeah, so we got there. We're practically checking out the car.
Yeah.
You know, so if I'm just like, okay, let's discount this a little bit. So I go with Andrew, and we're just walking around the car, just pointing out little minor kinks.
He's pointing out little minor kinks. I've got a notepad out. Jippo style.
The negotiation document.
There's a bug on the windscreen. $5 off.
Yeah,
Where
bro.
you go.
No, yeah. And we're thinking, okay, if the person who owns this car is anyone that's deep in the community or like knows their
We're
stuff, we're done. We look outside. We talk to the person. We start throwing a few phrases that a person in the car community would know. Didn't get it. I said,
Winning.
Yeah.
Checkmate. Done deal.
Done.
checkmate, done deal. Now we check it out. Let me give it a test drive. Okay, not bad, all goods. I didn't notice until after I bought the car that you had to use more force to turn, more force to brake, more force to accelerate. So after we buy the car, petrol's like maybe
We ran out of fuel.
1 kilometer, like maybe 1 kilometer give or take, or like done.
So he's used to like driving like the newer Corollas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So obviously coming off that, you need nothing to press, right? So when I tell him like drive this, like you really need to press hard.
Yeah.
He like when he did, all the fuel's gone. So we're limping it to like, I think it was like it would have been like 1.5 kilometers away or so. I don't know. It wasn't too far, but like it was still like the car had shut off, and we're just like
Momentum.
just we're in the car just
Go.
We're just like,
that's it. But he went through negotiation. He went through kind of. I didn't just go around the car just to negotiate with the owner. But like I kind of wanted to walk him through. Okay, this is what you got to look out for. Turn the wheel here, look under it, see if there's a leak, see if there's prior leaks. Why? Ask. Right?
Any smoke, any this.
Any this, any that, and it's a Subaru. I know it's gonna have some shit in it.
100%.
And it's bro, G3s, right? My favorite model, so much so that even I got one, but they're problematic cars when they've been owned by people here.
Yeah.
Because people here are psycho.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? You're going to, like we were talking about JB Weld as a joke prior.
Yeah.
But, bro, you'll get people that'll JB Weld and exhaust together.
Yeah.
Right?
Seen
And wonder
that,
why it's
man.
illegal.
I had to weld one because they've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell?
Exactly. So him going through that kind of got him more into it. And now that's his daily. And he's looking at chases and he's looking. Now you see where he's progressed after.
Yes.
Right? So he's found his own niche within the car community. He's found what he likes. He knows how.
Understanding now. Yeah.
He's got his own diverse language with it.
100%.
So
It's mad.
it's
Yeah. Chase is the affordable dream.
Yeah. I like that.
The end goal. Nice little oldie Hellcat.
Nice.
like an
The nice
RT.
whiny supercharger.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
I like the taste.
He wants it purple as well.
Oh yeah. With the black stripe, please say.
Yeah.
Black or white. They both look
I
nice.
was hoping for the chaser to be like purple green, so we can just call it the gob. No, I can't say.
Go.
Yeah.
Goblin.
Yeah.
That's when I told myself I'll get it next year, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, bit of time.
Yeah.
A little bit longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you get there,
I'll live long enough.
Yeah.
No, but it's something like that. Like I said, we've all grown up together. So watching him get into something like that, not because of me. I'm just there as a mate who knew cars. Right, watching him progress into something like that and doing his own thing, finding his niche. Now he can relate to George.
Yeah.
As a guy who's like, I'd say a decorated mechanic. I'd say a guy who actually knows how to push it apart and push. I've worked with many mechanics. I've worked with many tuners, right? I'm not, by any means, I'm not licensed or anything, but I think outside the box.
Yeah. Oh man, there's not a
So-
lot that to.
When I'm working with someone who thinks so much better outside the box than I do, I go, wow. And for like once in my life, I get that rush. It's like, George, teach me this. Teach me that. Because this guy is like, and I'll give you your flowers, man. You've done some shit to cars where I've gone like, wow.
How? Yeah.
Like, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
Right? And it's so refreshing to see nowadays because every local mechanic you go to nowadays, oh, bro, chuck the whole thing away, $750 and then $500 for labor and this and that.
No one can fix things like they used to.
Not anymore. No.
And the cars aren't made to be fixed anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To a degree.
One-time use.
To a degree.
Unless it's a camera.
As the mentality,
Do not speak of those moments.
the mentality that we currently have in the car community is, and not in the car community, but in the automotive world,
Replace it and place it.
it's bigger and better, right? Like, as soon as someone loses their car, the first thing that they think about is the new model that's come out.
I can
No one
upgrade.
actually thinks about what there was, what they can get that's the same. No one, they always want something that's new and get rid of the old, right? So they're not going to spend much time or look for much reason to fix what they have.
Or just think outside of the box.
There's no need to, because as soon as it's got a problem that's considered, severe,
Yeah.
what's the first thing they think about? Oh yeah, my Mazda 3, it's got a bit of tapping noise. It's not that they haven't filled up more oil. The engine's going.
Yeah.
It's not that it's a lack of oil, but the engine's going. So we've got to get rid of the whole car and we're going to get the new one with Apple CarPlay.
How dare you? The radio still works, mate. You're
That's
still good
it.
to go.
I had that
That's
same
like-
situation.
Sorry to cut you off. Yeah, but with you, because he's a prime example of this. From going from a Calais to what's this, a VS?
VF.
VF. Okay.
VFs are nice.
So what made you stay with Holden? What even got you into Holden, and then what made you stay into Holden?
My second car was a Holden. I was that typical P plater with a VE SV6.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I got rid of that and then I ended up getting another VY. It was another V6. And then my next VY that I got after that was another Ute. It was a LS1 Crewman.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Big Ute. But it was my first time owning a V8 and I'm thinking, fuck, this thing's got balls. I thought a V6 had power. It's fucking nothing compared to an LS1. And then I thought, you know what? This is a massive Ute. I want a sedan. Because for me, I've had a thing for sedans forever. I've always said this. If you give me 1,000 horsepower Maloo and a stock GTS sedan, sorry, I'm taking the stock sedan. I'm not touching that Maloo. I love the sedans. And then I'm like, you know what? I found the VX Calais, cheap, LS1. done a bit of tuning for it, made some more power. It was fun. I treated that thing like I was a P plater. I'll be honest. I thrashed it like it was a dog.
Was it Ghost Camped?
No, it was just running like shit. The lifters were on their way out.
Lumpy.
Taps on cold start. After it warms up, she's perfect to go.
That's it.
And then I'm like, you know what? I've always had old cars. I wanted something new. And then I started looking at the VF 6 litre, 6.2. And then I ended up going with the 6 litre. But you know what? I love that thing, bro. It's so comfortable. It's one thing about Holdens that I love. It's the comfort.
And they've got that European touch without being a European car.
Aussie BMWs, man.
Yeah.
It's not the same stud pattern.
Yeah.
Same wheel.
Well, which ones had the same chassis?
There will be majority of the models. My one is close to a VE,
Yeah.
and then the one before that, VY, VZ, is similar to the VXs and VTs.
To the Beamers. Which one was similar to the Beamers you were telling me?
The VYs, people will get an X5 wheel and chuck it on their VY utes.
Yeah.
They always do it. Fits good.
And they look nice.
Yeah.
The X5 ones and the 2008 model ones.
Yeah. It's got that
Nice.
concave on
Concave in
it,
it,
right?
Tub it in there.
5 spokes.
Send
Beautiful.
it. And mostly VYs and VZs only suited the most. The rest, not so much.
Yeah, it just, I don't know, it just sits good with the
Yeah,
car.
it does. It does.
It's like the new Simmons.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
The three-piece.
There's a fine line of when you're buying a new car where it's acceptable. Like as you said, you went and got the VF, right?
Yeah.
To me, that car's still an enthusiast car. Like it's still a like if I think Australian muscle car, I think of that car.
100%.
Now, in the same light, if you went and bought the freaking the single tailgate new Commodores, I forgot their names.
The Frenchy ones.
The new ones. The ones.
Oh, the ZBs. The ZB. That's
If
not
you went and
a
got your VF,
Beaters.
the ZBs. If you went and got the VF and you're like, okay, I want to upgrade my Commodore, and you went and bought one of those, that's the kind of person that like sort of goes, okay, now I'm being disposable. I'm trying to get rid of old, get the new. I know a person that did that and they hated life, but that's their own decision.
His fault.
It's just you gotta follow, I guess, what you're looking for. And the best way, and this is how us boys find the cars that we're gonna get, is you gotta make a checklist of like things that you're wanting to get out of something.
Definitely.
You gotta go like, okay, what do I want? In my case, and I'm going back to the freaking shitbox EK.
Yeah. You don't have to call it shitbox, man. Come on, man.
The best
You don't
EK
have
is
to
one of my favorite.
EK, you can call it a shitbox.
In my ones specifically,
Golden
is
Star EK.
my one specifically just
One of one.
bad.
Yeah, one of
But-
one. I know what
When
I
I
have.
was, when I was picking up the EK, I'm like, okay, I want something that's completely different. I want something that's out of my knowledge. I want something that I've never touched before. And the only car I could think of that I hadn't done any research on previously
Is
is an EK.
Yeah.
And I like how they look.
yeah.
I was
That's
like,
what.
you know what? That's it. Same respect of you. You want something that's burly. You want something that has that grunt. You want something that has that, like, it's a hammer. You think, okay, hold it. Because you're not going to get a hammer buying a freaking scalpel BMW. You know what I mean? It's a different.
For me, I followed that checklist too. In my mind, I'm thinking checklist. Okay, medium-sized car, good for family in the future. I want something with power, something that looks good.
Yeah.
All right. And I had this option, and I was about to take the wrong road. I'm still heartbroken that I didn't take it. It was the VFSS that I have now, or the old 2009 C63 AMG. I have a thing for those.
I do too.
They were going
Yeah,
for the
man.
same price. I'm looking. Even at the dealership, the guy looked at me, he's like, George, one last chance. I know we spoke on the phone, but one last chance. Which one are you driving home tonight? And I'm looking. I said, all right, they're both medium-sized sedans. They both got power. The only thing that made me go for the VF is reliability.
Yeah.
If something breaks on the LS, how much is it going to cost to repair it?
Yeah, they're cheap.
Nothing. C63, if something broke on that, 3 months wait from Germany,
Yeah.
$6,000 down the hole.
If the left side goes the right side, you have to get to match the left side. Yeah.
Don't even
Doesn't
go
it?
there.
That's why I stuck with the Commodore.
At least the Commodore's cheap and easy to upgrade too.
Yeah. And it's just fun, right? It's fun. It's comfortable. It was an ex-cop car too.
Touches.
When we went down to a good friend of ours, Extreme Car Audio, Ennis.
Yeah.
Shout out to him, bro. He's an absolute
bloke.
G. The guy's been in the community for a minute.
Yeah. Impure ride and everything old school.
Everything old school. They got the Valiant with the blowers. Man. He was showing us how to see if it's an ex-cop car for real or not. Showed us where they drilled, where they filled, where the cage was placed, all the holes in the rear boot.
Bro, he's knowledgeable, but
I've never seen.
He just clicked because when we were there, I was just getting some wiring done and we were shooting a video for him. It's on our page. He opens the back door. He looks. Oh, this is an ex-cop car.
Yeah. Like what?
What? Yeah, it's an ex-cop car, man. How the fuck did
you smell the criminals, bro? Is there something we're missing?
Yeah, and then he showed us. He's like, all right, you see these two patches? That's where the wires would have came for the sirens. Here, open your boot. I'll show you another thing. All right, open the boot. See these two holes? That's where they would have had the holsters for the guns. If you open here, you see this, you see that. I'm thinking, fuck, you already know the car, and I've had this thing for how long?
Yeah.
That's cool.
He's one of those guys where I say they work out of the box and they're so good at their craft that it's fun to watch.
100%.
Like, I don't like taking my cars to a lot of people. And George knows this. I like doing my shit alone.
Yeah.
The only other person I'll let lay hands on him is like genuinely him. Yeah, like the boys.
Yeah.
But George, he's the boys. Yeah, pizza and a beer, he's good to go.
I'll do an engine swap.
12-hour later.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I feel you. I'm the same with the panel side of sense. You give me a car that's smashed up and you need it on the road and running again, I'll get it done in 24 hours. See you later.
That's
back
it.
on the road.
I'm going to be very transparent with you. The whole C63 thing has caught me off guard.
Why?
Look, he fits in the bracket.
Yeah.
He's like
He's calling
C63.
you Arab, bro.
No, you know what didn't help? A couple of years ago, I drove one for a wedding. That's why I fell in love with them.
You know what?
The 209, yeah?
204.
204,
Gunmetal grey wrist, bro.
2009 generation of European cars with V8s in them.
The best.
Cars.
One moment and the worst.
Yeah. The best and
Or S-Class. with
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro,
Cam?
you are going to end up regretting life owning that car.
But-
The reason they're expensive now is because people who couldn't maintain them
did.
did, and the ones that didn't no longer exist.
Without that era, Valvoline, Padrite, they wouldn't have grown.
No, 100%.
No way. Because why are you developing oil or why are you developing specific synthetics for cars of high horsepower if people don't know how to fucking take care of them?
Yeah.
So you need that era of cars to contradict the community and go back to people like Valvoline and Penrite and like all these other major brands for oils and fluids and stuff like that. So they can put more research in and you can put better shit in your car.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
going to make it perform better straight from the factory.
Perform better, make sure there's not a lot of wear, keep everything nice and lubed up. The biggest problem
Not this year, man.
not this year.
Not this year.
We're
We
taking a
avoid
break.
lube this year.
We're taking a break.
Animals. I love it.
So Valvoline, everyone.
Valvoline is good for the.
Not Johnson Johnson.
Good for the
Valvoline.
Johnson, no, it's good
For your car and the bedroom.
and the bedroom.
Yeah, it's 2 in 1, bro. Yeah, that's how it is.
You know what? Like that generation of European again, like my ideal garage, and this is why the boys get mad at me, is the Aston Martin V8 Vantage. It's the V8 E92 M3 and it's the V8 C63 AMG.
Yeah.
Parked next to each other is probably the poster definition of a wet dream.
EKC.
Well, Euro lovers.
But
And the EK Civic in the center.
that
Leave my wet dream alone.
that garage alone could single-handedly break our economy.
That garage alone will single-handedly set all of us on the street.
I'm telling you. I'm
Straight to first.
But
telling you. Like,
The house will move to the street.
bro.
yeah, the Aston Martin alone, because I'm guessing you're going to go like casino spec,
100%.
right? Yeah.
100%.
Like, and for those who don't know what a casino spec is, it's practically the Bond spec, the one you see in the
Absolutely.
movie, with minus the guns.
All
Don't
the
worry,
guns.
we'll JB weld those on later.
When you
Over a hump
go
there.
down the M7 and they start flying off.
Oh shit, my bullets are flying out. Yeah. No, but like that car, we've had a run in with it at one of the shoots. The Aston Martin that came with us.
Yeah. Joel, I think is
Joel, a really good guy. We met him. I got to see, and I love Aston Martins.
They're the best.
Like growing up, my dad's like, Aston Martin's the best, Beamers, this. Massive bodied cars. Even though he loved these arches, that's what his dad taught him, so that's what he loves.
Yeah.
So I grew up idolizing an Aston Martin. I was like, that's like if I ever get like a nice 6-figure job and I could get myself in a position where I can buy it, that's the car.
Yeah.
That's
Right?
it.
I like it.
Seeing what happens when it's not properly maintained and seeing what happens when problems do occur for those cars, it's scary.
Bro, forget about it. It again comes back to the whole, if you're not going to work on it yourself, don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, you need to spend the time.
And that's not a car that you can
understanding
easily
the car.
understand either. You do have to be someone that thinks outside of the box.
Right.
You have to be switched
one
on.
of those. Sorry to interrupt, but it's
no.
one of those cars when we're talking high tier cars, it's one of those cars where fun to drive, not fun to own.
Exactly right.
It's one of the, it goes into that category.
One of the first cars that utilizes what is called a dash bracket holder. And what a dash bracket holder is, it's like its own machine that's made for dash placements, because the entire dashboard is one piece.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's bolted to the chassis of the car.
I know, because I had to take one out.
We're in the same boat. Yeah. So even like I was thinking like, I can mess around with this. I can take it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, not unless you're benching 250, bro.
100%.
Yeah,
There's
good
about
luck.
4 people in a window out.
Yeah. No, it's
The cars, they're built
Oh,
right.
the doors are heavy too, bro.
doors.
Oh, man. Yeah, you can't do it on your own. No chance.
Not coach built, but
They're Grand
they're
Touring.
designed to,
Designed to be unbreakable, right?
they're
Like
not
in
supposed
the
to move.
body
And you've got to remember, like an Aston Martin,
Yeah,
British,
100%.
cold
Road
weather,
rages.
rough weather. Like this thing is made to take a beating. It's
Yeah,
just not
yeah.
meant to take a beating sideways.
Yeah.
Not every model, at least, right?
It's a luxury car. You wouldn't go and take a Rolex into the local
way.
beach.
No way,
You know, you won't.
Look.
Yeah, literally.
unless you're going to Brighton.
Man,
Now then you get jumped in the
if I get the keys handed to me and they say do whatever, I'm sorry. If I'm in a Rolls Royce Phantom or even a Ghost,
I didn't say I
I'm
wouldn't.
testing out
I'm
that
like you.
V12, bro.
I would too. I would break it and then give it back saying, I don't know why it's broken.
Look, the rear tires are
Where's
bold.
my insurance?
The rear tires are bold. I don't know.
I don't know why. I don't know why. When you said Rolls Royce and all that, all I thought was you and Ellis swapping it.
Yeah, oh man, you and me both.
Bro,
There's a guy in Japan that 2J swapped it
do
though.
you remember the one I sent you? The Silver Shadow I wanted to get?
I don't trust myself in that car.
Bro, I saw Silver Shadow and marked up. I think he was going for 14.7.
Okay.
Old school, like like the 70s. What are they?
Yeah, like the late 70s.
Yeah, very late 70s model. I wanted to Ellis swap it so bad.
They look mad.
They look
Bagger.
insane.
Bagger. Drop it in a nice, like, not a pearl, but a nice metallic that pops.
I wanted to go pearl silver.
Yeah, that's nice.
A pearl silver with like a Pinot Noir
nice.
blue in like as a haze.
Yeah.
With the pinstriping, bro.
And the
With a
chrome
nice-
on the arches and the chrome on the grill and everything kind
Very
of
classy.
crafted.
Yeah.
It's new school,
Very classy.
but it's old school.
Yeah.
It's got a
Keep
very,
that
very
elegant.
old heart.
Yeah.
With an LS1.
Sound the part,
Manual
look
in
the
it.
part, that's it.
That's it. It will run and drive, and I could go to Woolies or I could go to Macca's or I could go to my wedding event or whatever need be, and I could take the boys in, I could take the family in it. It's a project car that's built out of passion, and it'll last because I'll maintain it. And that goes back to community and how people are building things right now. I'm a Subaru owner. I know what clapped out means, bro.
Yeah.
I've seen clapped out. And I've also seen ingenuity. Like Royal Detailing, George, right? His G3 is what I want my G3 to be.
Yeah.
Carbon fenders. He's got good work done to it.
Yeah.
The wrap is insane on it. It's like a chameleon camo.
Oh, nice.
Right? It looks almost iridescent.
But it's in matte as well, which makes it just
Yeah.
stands out.
It stands out, man.
Check it out.
You've got it, bro.
Yeah.
Like and he genuinely him and his mate have, I think, they're almost matching colors with the other Evo. It's got it's just so clean. That's passion, right? That's different. His G3 doesn't look like every other G3.
Yeah.
Every other G3 looks like his.
And guess what? That was all in here. No
Exactly.
one can give you that information. No one can give you that design.
Exactly.
It's literally the person's character that is in front of you. People don't understand that. The car is literally what that mind is of that person. You know? I can't make the same car. We can have both the same cars, bro, and we will never make it one to one.
I don't know about you two. You'd be exactly the same. I'll be honest with you. You two would be the
Yeah,
exact
you're
same.
right.
You're the only acceptance in that situation.
I feel like they'll look at a car and then they'll be like, oh yeah, you guys do your own thing. We'll put a wall in between you. They'll come back and be like, look what I did.
It's the exact same thing. Yeah, the only difference is like the argile flavor. That'll be the only
No,
difference.
you pop the bonnet, the VIN number's the same, they punched it in the same.
Everything.
You know the Rolls Royce badge where it comes out?
Yeah.
Mine is going to be an Aggie that comes out.
No, I've seen people in the States, they run their their water pump through and they,
Oh,
yeah. So I'm like, I go to George, why don't we just have a argile straight to the,
Guys,
straight to the radio?
VIP Motorsports will now be selling Argila conversion kits for their water pumps. Go onto our website, select your make and model, and then look at the water pump Argila section.
We'll have a Dan X VIP Motorsport special edition. 15 sold only.
Oh, yeah, only.
Look, for me,
Half of it's back to us.
for me, I just want to build something that's fucking insane and crazy.
Stands out.
Yeah.
And it says you. It speaks
Yeah.
you.
If I had the opportunity to work with a bunch of people and put airbag suspension on something, I want it to be a fucking lawnmower.
Oh,
I'm
100%.
sorry, I want it to be a fucking lawnmower.
I'm cool with that. The John Deere.
I know what this is. I know where this is going. They're going
We
John
have
Deere.
to go John
Bunnings
Deere.
Warehouse, John
Yes,
Deere,
John Deere.
VIP, XN.
Speaking of Bunnings, they sell turbochargers now.
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
funniest shit ever. You should have seen his face when I showed him.
Yeah, I got like someone sent it to me.
The chat went
What
wild.
is this?
Yeah.
Bro, it's fucking hilarious.
By the way,
It was fake.
No, but bro, I want to
no, it isn't, and I can confirm because I ordered one for my EK. I'm getting a Bunnings Turbo for my EK, but
Can you order two this?
Bunnings Turbo.
No,
It
bro.
is the best recipe for disaster.
And then you gotta go on the Hondata, like an OG.
bro.
Get your stuff done there, bro. Hondata,
I'll be
bro.
honest with you. Haltech, you're listening. A 1500 would be very nice compared to a Honda ECU.
I've also got a Civic. Please.
What falls on the back of the truck?
1500.
I might be getting a John Deere lawnmower, so think about
So I
that
need
too.
another one. Yeah. Collecting them.
Whatever makes me fly.
So
Oh, that's gonna
honestly,
be sick.
I look if I,
Yeah,
if
we
I
gotta
can
build
get if I can get a Haltech ECU, I'll get a Haltech ECU. But no, either way, bro. Honestly, with the car community, on the topic of car community, you can do so many different things. You can do bags, you can do John Deere's, you can do Haltech freaking Bunnings Turbo.
You know, John Deere doesn't only make ride-on lawnmowers, yeah?
They make
They make
tractors
riders
and all that stuff. Yeah.
Drop the tractor, drop it on the
Bro, I just want to ride on lawnmower to have that.
Don't worry.
Right
The turbo sticking out the side.
out of the line just there.
Imagine, imagine an edge cutter, you know, with a little turbo.
Imagine dosing.
You know what?
You're dosing your John Deere, bro. Honey, I'm doing the lawn.
Nah, bro. Sunday morning lawn, you're pissing all the dads off.
Bro, not even. You know what? It's going to be the blade you take out and you make it a screamer pipe. But because it's shooting out flames now, it's cutting the grass.
Yeah.
So
Bro, Bunnings, if you can sponsor, all I'm gonna say is Bunnings, if you can sponsor a rave, you can sponsor us building two
Bunnings
John
sponsored
Deere's.
a rave?
Bro, don't you know about the rave?
What are they freaking supplying tents?
No, so
freaking hippies.
There was this group that they do all this techno music and stuff, and they said, "Oh, we should do like a Bunnings rave." It went from let's do it to okay, guys, we're gonna be in Melbourne, we're gonna do it in this location, we're doing a rave.
Yeah.
And this many people are allowed to.
Yeah. I reckon if they can
do a rave,
sponsor a rave, they can sponsor us
We can
doing.
do a turbocharged Bunnings. What do you call it?
To
Lawnmower.
like benefit that turbo that they put up on the market.
Exactly.
I'll be honest with you, it's going to go to a good cause.
No, we do
One
it.
ethnic Armenian is a great cause.
Bro, look, honestly, we can strip the turbos off after and put them on the Civics.
Well, hell no. I'm stripping my lawnmower for you.
Yeah, we have to do it again and again.
I forget about your car, man. We worked hard for this bag mower. We're not
Bunnings, Duracell.
One lawnmowers, two of them. Edge cutters.
Yeah, that's right. We'll give you our turbo for our lawnmower for your lawnmower. How about that?
Our lawnmower.
Wow.
Sacrifice something. Use it better.
Wow.
I can't believe we're negotiating turbos and lawnmowers. So,
This is beyond.
You know Lamborghini makes tractors, right?
Which one?
Yeah, I know. They used to
No,
make
we can't
tractors
reach
back in
out
the
for them.
20s.
They won't listen. They'll just laugh at us.
don't have a-
Bunnings is reachable.
I don't have enough.
yeah.
But we'll start off with Bunnings and then we'll
My favorite
work our way up.
Bugatti makes Seachs as well.
Yeah,
Let's just say
Porsche's,
that.
Imagine
go-kart.
turbo truck, you know?
e-bikes.
Yeah,
Lambos go karts too.
yeah. Oh. Man, if they can reach out to us and let us muck around with 2 lawnmowers, we'd make a series on it. I'm very happy.
Oh,
with that.
And
absolutely.
benefit
Reach out to
anyone,
us,
you know.
please.
Anyone.
I want you to bog on an E36 front end onto the fucking tractor.
JB World.
The front of the freaking thing
I'll
gonna
make
be
a
this
small
wide,
one
back
just
will be
for
this
it.
tiny. Like this sweet JB World freaking
With
white
enough
outdoor.
JB weld, we can make it
A whole
smaller.
car.
We can make it small and fit.
Have you seen the sedan on an E36? How it is already smaller? It already looks like it needs to be hit with a sledgehammer.
Look, do you have an angle grinder?
Smaller than us.
Do you have an angle
This
grinder?
animal.
Do you have an angle grinder?
I do.
There you go. We can cut anything and bog it
You know
back
what we
together.
do? Single center grill instead of the double kidney.
It's a unigrill. Becomes a unigrill. It's got a Mike Wazowski.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's got a Mike Wazowski the lawnmower, right?
You punch out the lines in the center, you just get a nice exposed grill, little tiny intercooler in there for your
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's how your Bunnings
Bunnings,
turbo.
yeah.
So it's gonna look like a gooch cooler.
That's it. Yeah, it is.
On the go.
That's it.
All the era. All the era.
Buck to the
Speaking on that topic,
Yeah, bro.
have you guys ever driven a car with one?
Era?
A gooch cooler.
Oh, never mind.
No, Lexuses.
The older Toyotas as well.
Yeah?
I think the Crusaders. My Supra had one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Right, you get your AC vent that sits right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember there's always
all
one at the
purpose.
bottom.
Yeah, bro. Best thing ever in summer. I'm telling you, best thing ever in
No,
summer.
that's its actual use.
Yeah.
its actual use is gooch cooling.
Bro, it's right there.
Gooch
right
cooling.
there. You drive like this, bro, and you're perfect. You're good to
What's
go.
your model? 70s, 60s?
Mine was an 80s.
80s.
Yeah, 82 to 87. Yeah.
No.
Wait, is it?
I'm okay.
Actually, yeah. Heating and cooling.
Heating
right?
and cooling.
Oh, I'm telling you, best thing in summer when you drive
Now
around
I'm
like that.
never buying a Toyota. I don't want to sit when another man has sat
And got his gooch cooled.
gooch cooled. And the thought of them being happy? No, that's not happening, brother. That's not
actually,
happening.
It is
coming-
the best feeling, man.
Coming back off gooch coolers and sanitary
In the
objects,
heaters.
I wanted to ask you, man.
Yeah.
What would be your ideal build as something that you would have to showcase for the community if you had a 70K budget?
Victor.
70K.
You got 70K, you could buy a cheap thing and do it up. You could buy an expensive thing and not do it up. Where's your head at? You got to show something to the community, bring something to our events. And you know how we run stuff. We mash a lot of things together. What would you get down?
70K. Could be anything. I don't know. That's a really hard choice. There's a lot of options.
Because you could go like cheap end, you could get a cheap chassis, and you could drop 70K into the build,
Yeah.
or you
I'd
go
go-
70K, you're done.
But it's got to be a full car, a full running gear car. It can't be like a rolling shell or anything.
Can
I'll make it easy. Give me top 3.
Look, the one that screams out the most is an old school Dodge Challenger.
Beautiful. What a choice.
Yeah.
That is a nice
Genuinely,
choice.
what a choice.
Those
Yeah.
tasteful.
Those are sick.
Or if the price was a bit higher, I would have gone for an XP Falcon
Okay.
or the Ford XP.
Were those tick fins as well?
Yeah, Thickford.
Yeah?
I think there was Thickford. Because I know the first one was.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
the blue and white or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, not quite sure. I'm actually broken
I'm
on
not
that
too.
side.
Yeah, I'm into Fords. I don't know too many about them.
I'll contact someone tomorrow and I'll find out and I'll update this.
Get me a quote as well. Yeah.
Third choice, LTW E36.
Yeah.
Build one.
What a choice. What a choice.
Good man.
S55.
Yeah,
What a
good man.
choice.
Yeah.
S55 drivetrain.
That is a car that I really want to build.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he
I don't
wants
think
to
that
build
ever
that.
came out here in Australia.
They didn't.
LTW's not. Because it's a lot
LTWs have not come out.
Let us in your head a bit. How would the build go? What are you a track guy? Are you street guy?
No, it's
Do you
going to
wanna
be
go over the
100%
top?
street.
Yeah?
100% street.
All our cars end up being 100% straight.
It'll
It's a big
be
problem of ours.
Well, I
like
can't end
for
up in a
like
ditch.
of an LTW, right?
Yeah.
It won't be an actual LTW
Yeah,
because
yeah,
those
yeah.
prices are a bit heinous. But it'll be a like for like, getting genuine parts if we can. and just
Everything
install
one
it.
for one.
No
One
saving.
for one.
Yeah.
That's
That
it.
would be in the 70K budget.
It will be in the 70K because the parts are so dear and they don't make them anymore.
That's it.
100%.
That's
But you'll be able to make it in that
Deere
70K
like John
budget.
Deere.
Look,
Bunnings sponsor us.
LTW John Deere with a Bunnings turbo.
If there was a fourth build for 70 grand, it'll be a John Deere.
My man.
Well, twin turbo the John Deere.
I've got people that'll get us airbag suspension
pop and
for it.
crackle.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. I've got boys that'll get us airbags. KS Racing, they'll get us airbag
Bro,
suspension.
case
like
right.
that.
Yeah. We will talk to Tony.
Oh no.
That's
No, man.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's really sick to see again, going back to it again. Passion, idea. I guarantee you'll have it soon.
I guarantee.
I'm excited to see
Hopefully,
it.
hopefully. I mean, we have, I don't want to say too much,
Yeah.
but we do have some parts available
Beautiful.
to us. And there are some
Oh,
parts
that's big.
in possession with us.
That's beautiful.
The plan is there, but
We were going to attempt to start it,
Nah, not the
but
time.
this man decided to buy an
Buy an
EK
EK
Civic.
Hey.
I like how the $3,000 EK Civic is what hindered the 70.
It did because
Alex.
he consumed the spot in the shop.
Look, I've got a spot in my backyard. I'll back you.
Listen,
Right.
bro,
Yeah,
I'll be
It'll
honest
sit next to
with
the
you.
other one.
That EK is my new daily driver.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry.
Just like his E92
I know,
and
I'm
his
sorry.
there
I know.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
When the
I'm just gonna adapt
E92
to
is
that.
getting work done, I need something
least I'll
that
have
is
the three
reliable.
wheelers.
And I'm going to make this
Drive
vehicle
mainly
not
every day.
reliable.
Will you ever take this car
always been
over the top?
Oh, 100%.
Will you, do you have any egregious ideas to muck around with this car?
I do. And there is one thing I will do, but I can't say it. I really actually
Tell me
can't say
after.
it.
Tell
I
me
will
after.
tell you after.
Yeah.
But the EK will only get a Honda Accord Duo engine now. It's only going to get the cheapest swap that I can do that is better than that freaking D16 that's in it, bro.
Yeah.
Just to
Hey.
drive it,
Look, the D16 isn't bad.
it isn't good.
It's not the worst. Look, it's one of those cars that requires you to. It's the easiest car to work. It's one of the easiest
I've got a
cars to
rule,
work.
bro. If this car is automatic and it doesn't have a kick down, like
Yeah.
it doesn't have that second, the engine's actually awake kick down,
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Give me
Single
20
cam
minutes.
is like,
It'll become a VTEC.
Give me 20 minutes and a coke can. I'll show you a kick down. It'll kick us out. Yeah, it'll kick us out. All the airbags will kick us out.
Alec, you'll chip out
Yeah, I
from one
want to
thing
see
though.
that.
You'll trip out from one thing. If you're going to get the motor out of the Honda Accord, the K24s, you'll trip out from the exhaust manifold. It's integrated into the head.
Yeah.
There's no actual manifold. Exhaust system
Why
bolts
do you
straight
think-
onto the head.
why
No
do you
manifold.
think-
why?
The
Why do you
cylinders
think
are not individual. They're all
It's so
one
hard to find exhaust,
It is.
custom exhaust for Hondas of that
Okay,
era.
there's a problem now because I'm really having like this is
Now he
actually
wants a K20.
annoying me.
This is where I come in.
One moment, bro. The problem I have is that all the bloody cars I own, the E92, not all the cars I
Have
own,
an
the two
exhaust.
cars that I own,
Not
the
for long.
freaking exhaust manifolds are like this proprietary shit. The 335i has the freaking integrated turbos built into the exhaust manifold, so you're not getting any custom exhaust headers on that one. Now I've got the EK Civic that I want to put in a Honda Accord Duo motor into. You're telling me that's Ken Block on the top and it's not coming out and it's done? That's not good.
It's Ken Glock, actually.
Yeah, that, I'm not doing that, bro. I don't know. Like, honestly, I'll be real with you. The Honda's not going to upset me because I know I can't on a budget. I can't on a budget make the thing a Golf R. I can't make it all-wheel drive.
You can,
yet.
bro.
I can't make it all-wheel drive yet, bro. Look, I want to. I really
Bro,
do.
I had
The
a
funds aren't allowing it.
man. I had an
the funds are me.
EG. I had an EG. What's the what do they call them? The Honda CRVs. They're all
Odyssey?
drive?
Yeah, service.
Yeah.
Full drive, yeah?
Yeah, I took the system out of that and we put it in an EG. It was a 94, 95. And
Bolt-on, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. It's all the same. Same with the CV vans. Do you know what those are?
Yeah.
Bro, you cut that axle, you get that axle rework, you do a little tuning in the motor, you're pumping.
Wow.
The thing weighs nothing.
It's similar to the Fords. Some people have done this. I was planning on doing it one time as well. Ford Territory, you know how they come out with the Barrett turbos, or same with the FG XR6 turbos.
Yes.
You got the front cross member, you put it in your FG, you got a all-wheel drive FG XR6 turbo.
And the most you need an engineer is chassis rails. You need to get, because you need to get them buffed up. You need to brace the whole car.
Just
you
get a
need
sledgehammer,
rigidity.
move that out of the way.
Yeah. No, that's one way to do it. Yeah. No, but you need chassis rigidity. You need chassis bracing. You need just a lot of engineering for your axles essentially, and you've got a really good car.
It's
Maybe one day I will consider doing the EK Golf R, but
Go for a B18, man.
B18?
Yeah.
Look.
Frankenstein.
Look, yeah, that was my. I had a Franken built B18.
Yeah.
I like them.
It was. Don't be like me because I shot the motor through the bonnet.
Nice.
But yeah,
Nice.
no, literally, there's a dent in the bonnet.
Fuck yeah.
That's it.
I have
It's
to
the only
see
way to do
that
it.
too. That's
So-
fun.
Do a Franken built because of one thing. You're gonna enjoy it more later on, and it's one of the most adaptable engine builds that you can have. You're a computer guy, right?
Yeah.
You still know a thing or two?
Yes.
You know how you could make a PC. You know how you can make a PC last for the next 10 years?
Yeah.
Swapping out one or two components every now and then. It's the same with a Franken built B18.
Okay.
Right? It's one of the most tunable and
Friendly.
engines you'll ever work on.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are foods for
Safest bet.
thought. Bro, I'll be
I like
honest
it.
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking to a true Honda fan.
Yeah,
I love it.
man.
I love it.
I've been into Hondas since I learned what a Honda was.
Yeah.
You know, my dad's thing, Fiat. Right? I think it's the
That's a completely
186.
different ball game, bro. Like that's rear engine, right?
No, not all of them.
All of them.
The one that we had was a front engine.
Yep.
I think 186, 1972, 1970 something. 4-speed manual, 1100 cc's, right? Carbureted, and some of them were supercharged,
Yeah.
right? The carbureted supercharged. Oh wow!
They sound mad.
Bro, it's that little, little buzz. Such great cars.
They've got their touch. I love it.
Those and the P180s and those are the cars that are like, you can buy them now, and Franken built their motors like an absolute G. But no one looks at this shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
No creativity left.
No.
I'm sorry to say, I'm not being an ass to anyone. It's just there's no thinking outside of the box left.
You might laugh at what I'm saying, but you know who is having a bit of fun with cars right now? As automotive YouTubers at least?
Yeah.
MCM.
Yeah.
Mighty Commons, man.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? You see what they're doing with cars. You see his what is it? The Holden, the Gemini.
Gemini, yeah.
What a beautiful color.
That's
what a beautiful
nice
car.
Yeah, I wonder who done the work on
Actually, it's
that.
not a Holden.
It's actually a nice
It's an
Isuzu.
Isuzu.
Yeah, I saw the
D-Max.
photo. See that kind of stuff.
No, the car
No, the actual
actually
cars are
nice
nice.
What do you
Isuzu.
mean?
It's not a Holden.
What?
It's a
it's
factory
not a
Isuzu.
Is that why they used an Isuzu?
Yep, because it's a manufactured in an Isuzu factory.
That
Really?
car
That's when they ran the turbo diesel motors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll explain it in Gen Z terms,
Yes.
bro. It's a
Gen Z
GR86 and a BRZ.
Oh,
Yeah.
but like old school.
Old school.
Yeah.
Holden Isuzu.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
And the motor was for their Isuzu. Okay, so because they didn't have Holden engines,
Yeah.
they were using that actual motor or that generational motor in those, and they're in forklifts
Which,
as
by
well.
the way, are the most bulletproof engines.
And
on
I
the
saw Marty talk about the what was it, the axle?
Yes,
Or it's beefed up on the Isuzu ones.
it has
or
to
the
be.
turbo diesel ones, yeah.
Because they take a lot more torque.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're not torqued through the stock form,
Yeah.
even though they've reinforced it. But once you start applying more extra features to it, it actually can take it. You do not have to touch it. Just slap it on through factory.
Huh.
Even on the new, not new, but like late 2000s Rodeos and Colorados, if you pop the bonnet,
Yeah,
it's turbo
yeah.
diesel, you'll
And
see
it-
the build plate, Isuzu motors.
That's why it makes sense because a lot of like diesel, a lot of guys take diesel blocks
Yeah.
and remake them and
yeah,
they run
bore 'em.
through-
By the way,
bore 'em up.
that generation of Holden killed the brand.
Yeah, man.
Like actually,
Okay, come on.
I think it made the Holden brand.
it did. No,
It made us
Rodeos
a
and
lot
Captivas killed.
Oh, Captivas and Craptivas.
Oh,
and
just
Cruisers,
the
yeah.
Captivas.
That's when they went downhill.
Oh, that's when.
Marinas, Captivas.
The Rodeos are solid.
I do not claim those cars as a Holden
No,
enthusiast. They are not a Holden vehicle. That's it. I'm just gonna say it like that.
Yeah,
I don't respect them, bro.
No,
The extra
It's
deals.
the other side of HSB, Holden, very special vehicle.
No, they actually
Nah,
they
very special.
tried. They attempted to jump into the economy car market in a different way.
And if
'Cause they had it originally with their cars, obviously with the muscle cars.
Yeah.
They tried doing it in a different way. They tried going down like the Toyota, Kia, that route, and it just failed.
I think the company that they founded before they went bust was Daewoo.
It just went downhill.
So they should have gone to Opel.
What car would you guys want to see make a comeback?
What car would I like to see?
Because
make
I've got a
comeback?
couple in my head that I'm like, if they're remade properly,
Can I?
and
I
not
want
Someone
to. Before you say something, before you say something, I will say one car that I do want to see and drive one day.
Daewoo.
Isetta. Yes.
You joined
If they make a new model of the Isetta where the front of the whole car opens up, I'm happy.
You know what? I'll tell you
They
what
can't.
you can do.
You know they can't.
If they try hard enough.
The reinforcement,
Yeah.
bro. The thing, whoever's in it's going to be a sandwich.
No, one second, one second. John Deere,
Oh no.
fridge.
I've
Put a
got a
seat
mini
in the
fridge.
fridge.
you've just made a
Open the
Toyota
door,
Century
you made
that cuts
a-
grass.
Yeah.
with the microwave stuck to the front.
That's the bonnet.
That's it.
One
That's it.
car, and you guys will agree on this.
Yeah.
I genuinely hope.
But I'm with
944 Porsche Turbo. I reckon they need to make a comeback.
Did you see-
There's no front engine coupes anymore in Porsche. And they need to make a
Did you
comeback.
see? There's a German company. For the life of me, can't remember the name. There's a German company that have been making or remaking modernized variants.
Yeah, I know.
Just like the there was another Lancia that drove in what's it called? Not the Delta.
Monaco, yeah, the
long one, the long one.
What was it?
No, it was
the
too long.
rear engine with the fin on it. Or
Yeah, it had a turbo and a supercharger. It was turboed and supercharged.
Yeah,
For the life of me, I know what you're talking about. I just can't remember the name.
I
It was retro modded or something.
It was a resto mod. Yeah.
Resto mods are good, but they always cost $500,000.
Yeah, no,
did
this
that with
thing's
the
like
46.
this
They
thing's like
always do.
it's worth about
It
750.
depends what you do to it,
Yeah.
how far you go ahead with it.
Insane.
You know what they're doing with the one that he's mentioning? The way that they design it, they get a freaking they get a 458 Ferrari. They get the chassis of that.
Yeah.
Then they put this body on top of it.
Yeah,
So it has a drivetrain of a Ferrari. Like how much, man? Like that's way too
bro,
much.
and it's also got the angle set up for the rear mount engines.
Yeah.
Off what?
Exactly.
Ferrari.
Exactly. Well, like that's just like it's just
I like it,
designed.
Yeah, no, man.
Fan of it.
It's all wheel drive and it's all wheel. What's it called?
Steering.
With all the wheel. Yeah, all wheel steering.
Yeah.
With and it's turboed and supercharged. Bro, that sound it makes.
Yeah.
I'm telling
It's
you,
like the A90 Quattros, man.
But if you're building, if you're having like a brand new Porsche 944, if it's the same story that it was when they released it back then,
Yeah.
it's an economy entry-level Porsche. It's something that the average man can afford. You can buy it, you can mod it. You get what I mean?
And if you make a GT variant or if you make other circuit variants of it, the guys that collect are gonna be beyond interested.
That's it.
That's a car I would love to
That's
see.
a car I would love to see come back because, man, it doesn't exist anymore. You're not
Yeah,
going to get it
that's
anymore.
true.
So it's something that I think that absolutely needs to come back.
This
What do you
is
guys
an
reckon?
price tag.
You're saying I said I back
I just want to see a nice setup, bro.
Yeah,
I want the opportunity to drive one.
You
BMW Sydney.
You will.
You won't get,
Because I need
a
one.
chance to drive one. BMW Sydney because they got on display. But if you go down there, they should have one on display.
Really?
BMW said they were coming down.
and you'll be driving. Don't
We're bringing the boys with
I'll
us.
be next to the John Deere.
Last time I was there, they
I
had
have to
on
have one in my
display,
lot.
But I don't know if they still do. So
That is the one car that I idolize when I was a
We'll
kid.
go for it.
Tell them you're buying an M3 and if you test drive that, you'll close the deal.
So you want to go next week?
Yeah, no, tonight.
Tonight.
We'll camp outside. Yeah.
That's it. I'd love to be having fun, but no.
Talking about BMWs, I've done some research and there is a company, okay, that sells engine mounts for a barrel.
Yes,
E36 conversion.
The craziest BMW I remember seeing is that
It's
blown
a
one we
bastard
had in
fits.
Sydney a couple of years ago. It was a blown Beamer.
Oh, Queen Street's one.
No, it wasn't Queen
Which one?
Street's one. The blown Beamer.
Who blew a bit?
Red F80. Summonats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
That dude put a big motor in a little car.
That,
looked like a
that's
toy.
yeah, that's that was cool.
Okay, so
Yeah,
no, okay, so you know
I've
F80.
seen this. Yeah.
He just got a standard F80, and it's nice red
the size
color.
of a.
And then you see your Summonats cars. He's like, I want to put that engine in this Beamer.
It's like the kid in the Suzuki.
Big blow.
It's insane, man.
Why?
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Because it's the same reason as people putting them in a 60s Mini Cooper, and a Suzuki
smash it.
Swift,
Yeah.
To look at.
and a Holden Cruiser.
Bro, but it's so cool.
Because
Like there's a certain level of engineering and fabrication that you need to understand and be able to be adequate and affirming to be able to do something like that.
I
Like
am with you on
money's one thing. I can have money.
Yeah.
But I can never have the knowledge to do something or explain something to someone else that won't fuck it up.
it's just an Aussie thing at this point. Like at this point, Aussies will put an engine to fucking anything.
It's the best thing to see. Honestly,
They'll get a lawnmower, your little whippersnipper, put that motor on the bicycle, or as I want to buy for no reason, a motorized esky.
man,
Because why the fuck not?
you know,
I'm with you.
what something I really wanted to look at, and I saw this happen in Sweden, where if you're I don't ride bikes anymore, but I had been lucky enough to have two Hayabusas. Something I saw happen was two Hayabusa motors fused in I think it was a mini minor,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
and
Nice.
sounds great. It's not quick, obviously. It's not
That
going to be
still
the
sounds
quickest,
fun.
but
They've
it
used it
sounds
at the
fun.
crank, right?
Yes, I believe so, yeah. And they changed the vector for throttle because you gotta, because it can't, you're not gonna fucking, they changed the vector for it and they changed a couple of other things, but it was such a like well-built motor that it was like, okay, this is something that's pretty cool. I don't know how we would fabricate it in New South Wales just due to engineering laws, but something like that happening would be pretty sick.
Yeah.
Like that's something that I would personally look at.
And it's unique. It is. And that's what I love about it. It's like it's no one that creativity again. It kills me. People don't have it. Just think outside of the box.
See,
it's nice. It's mad. It's unique.
Talking,
It's different.
talking to one another, there's specific things, apart from terms, there's specific things that me and you could talk about, or me and you could talk about, right?
Yeah.
Where you would understand where I'm coming from because there's that space in your head of, but we could do this. Oh, you could also
2
do
plus
that.
2 isn't always 4, man. It's the world.
11.
You can't say, it's 21, whatever. You know, it's never the same.
I'm gonna have to cut it there, boys. Honestly, the bad maths is just killing it. But honestly, it was a genuine pleasure having the boys here from Den. It was great to have you guys to chat about some car topics and talk about the amazing things that we can do, and obviously progress with our cars and cars that you guys are planning to build. We can't wait to see what you guys have in store. So I know that you guys have a lot of things coming up, a lot of meets that you might be wanting to talk about, which we'll add into this.
We have to
But,
do this more often,
have
boys,
to.
because
Yeah,
we've
we
got
are
so
happy to
much
come down with
stories,
them.
bro, and
That's
I love
it.
it.
That's it.
I enjoy you boys, really do.
door's always open.
Absolutely.
And at least we've got that same mindset. I do appreciate it a lot.
Oh yeah,
I think
thanks, guys.
we'll be working on something together pretty soon.
Have to.
Yeah, if Bunnings freaking replies to us,
Come on, bro.
Hello, Bunnings.
Bunnings, come on, man.
Bunnings, John Deere.
The VIP Smash and Mechanical HR department answers quicker. That's me, by the way. But still, get my turbo, brother. Come
Some
on.
days debatable.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate you guys coming on, and thanks again
Been a
for all
pleasure,
you guys
guys.
for watching. Please leave a comment down below on anything that you guys would like to hear us talk about, or you'd like to see on VIP Motorsports. We would love to show you.
especially that John Deere collab. with
Yeah,
man, that'd be
100%.
awesome.
That needs to happen.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
If
As-
Bunnings can
some
have a
Bunnings
music
snacks.
festival, they can have a motorized.
They can have a motorized-
You guys just give us the stuff, we'll build it.
100%.
Free labour.
All open for us. I'm going to
Yeah,
join
yeah.
too. I got to get dirty.
I'm keen.
100, yeah.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
excited. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you in the next
Done.
one.
Thanks all.
Peace, boys, girls, and everybody in between.
Awesome.